Kaiser Original. Yes, that's the knife we're looking at today. I know a lot of people have already unboxed theirs and started showing it off all over YouTube. I'm kind of late to the game thanks to having to order mine through the Amazon link, and it took forever for shipping. But even though it's through Amazon, it's Mojave Outdoor is the retailer that set me up with this sucker, and I got it in the mail today. So we are looking at it. I am looking at it with you at the same time. Alright, this is actually my very first button lock. It's not the only button lock. I've actually ordered another one that's on its way right now. But this is going to be my first experience with a button lock. So blade action, good. It is good. Yes, I like it. Great action. Ooh, that drop shuttiness. Man, I'm not getting any button lock stick, as some others have mentioned. It has maybe just a little bit at first. Yeah, okay. I can feel that initial grind when you press it. But, yeah, drop oil will take care of that just fine. Just fine. This knife overall is very straightforward, no shenanigans, nothing insanely special other than the fact that it's a button lock and a very smooth on bearings, caged bearings button lock, done extremely well by Kaiser. Deep carry pocket clip that has, I will point out, as Bees Blades says, yes, Bees Blades, if you're not subbed to him, check out his stuff. He's amazing. Lives on Friday nights. Fantastic. All good times. But as he commonly says, his coin phrase is, there's no mushrooms growing in the shade. Meaning that not only is this pocket clip recessed into the scales, but there's also the screws do not stick up. There's no rounded tops to these screws. They are flush seating down into the pocket clip, and which is flushed into the frame. So, all good things, all good things. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. Very nice, very nice, very nice, right? It's so hard not to say. You listen to so many YouTubers and all their little phrases, and they're good phrases. They hit the moment, and it's hard not to use them. I mean, to me, it's flattery. I am flattered. I would hope that they are flattered by me using their phrases in a very complimentative way. So, what are we going to do with this knife? Yes, we're not just going to look at it. We're not going to look at it. Nope, not going to worry about texture vision. I'm not doing measurements. You can check other YouTubers for that. What I am going to show you today is how this stuff, this Ferric Chloride, what you can do as it says copper etchant solution, but it also does a nice coloring job and patina, forced patina type job onto metal. And that's what we're going to do to this blade, because that is my ideal image of this knife with the gunmetal handle. I would also like it to have that darker gunmetal type gray blade and not something quite so shiny. So we're going to take this sucker apart, and I'm going to show you how simple it is to use that solution, that ferric chloride, to etch the blade. So I need a T8, and I probably needs a T6, right? T8 on the pivot, and these are all T6s. Whatever, I'll switch back and forth. Never mind, I have another bit set that takes. These screws are surprisingly they're not Loctite in there, and I can get them out just fine. I'm gonna use, there's no point in having it if you're not gonna use it, my little silicone tray. These things are awesome. If you haven't seen it before in one of my channels vids, these things are great for keeping these screws from bouncing around all over the place. They drop into there nicely to where I can not be spending an hour or 2 hours looking for where the heck they bounced around and off to. Right? There's my T8. Get him in there. La-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. So, yeah. Off the bat, I love the texture on the scales on this knife. And, okay, let's try with the blade open. Aha! See? Looky there. Would you looky there? Yeah, cool. Cool milling, all grooved out nicely for how that lock mechanism works. It's got that plate there with the button. Alright, so my question is can I inch this guy off? Let's try pressing the button. No, I think he's, what's the dealio? What is the dealio? I want you to come apart. Ah, there we are. I got that piece off without anything going flying because there is a spring on that button. I think I got lucky. Yeah, I think I did. I surely did. Because there's that spring. Y'all see that spring? That's the spring for the button. Because it is a button lock. No joke. Yeah. Alright. So let's keep that all together there. And we're going to... I'm going to use that guy to put my blade in. And we're going to set this off to the side. Alright, I hope y'all are in for the long haul because this is going to end up being a somewhat lengthy video. Alright, so now we're going to use this stuff. But first, I need to... Oh snap. I got to go get some tape. I'll be right back. I got to get some tape and I'll explain why I need tape. You can see I've taped the end there where the pivot hole is in the action area where the bearings drop into, because I do not want that to get hit by this ferric chloride stuff, because that ferric chloride does do a little bit of texture to the metal when you drop it on there. Okay, I'm gonna leave the I'm gonna put my here you go. Nope, I'm not gonna break my bit, so I'm gonna end up leaving that on because I cannot get those thumb studs off. Those thumb studs want to stay on there. So I'm first going to clean the blade with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, some alcohol. So because I don't want my fingerprints and whatever else might be on the blade, I don't want that to interrupt the chemical reaction that ferric chloride is going to do. And so now our blade is clean. It's quite important that I then handle it with gloves on. Get the old gloves on because safety is #1. I don't think this ferric chloride is super dangerous. It's like it's not explosive or anything, right? It does say danger on the bottle, It's got some a skeleton hand and a skeleton skull, so poison, corrosive, obviously, because that's what we're anticipating that it does, is corrode the outer surface of the blade in order to darken it up. But we don't want that corroding our fingers away, and or anything else for that matter. So now that I got my gloves on, bend over. Nope, just kidding. Sorry, not that kind of an episode. Alright, so I have this little glass that I picked up at the Dollar Tree, and essentially what I'm going to do is first, let's poke a little hole in the tape so I can insert one of these things. I like using these your little sandwich twisty tie thingies, your little baggy twisty ties. So I did that through the tape, and then I'm going to dunk this in our solution and kind of just let it sit in there. So hopefully when this happens, do not allow any flames nearby, because this stuff is so dangerous. Last thing we would want is an explosion and for things to go boom, right? But yeah, these little twisty tie things work great, because then you can just let it sit there on the edge of the glass and suspend it in the middle of the solution, so it's properly covered and not touching the glass anywhere. So we kind of just let that sit there, and it really is just a handful of minutes that happens. So during this time, I'm going to talk about this knife and the fact that I'm not giving specs, because I really wanted to show you guys how well this stuff works and how cool it is to be able to do this to the blade. But if you do want to hit some specs, if you do want to get down and dirty with everything about this knife, a wonderful YouTuber who does a fantastic job of hitting all of those key important details is Eionan's Edge. Eionan's Edge. He doesn't have as many subscribers as he should, in my opinion. I think he does a fantastic job with his videos on knives and hitting up all those important details, the things that some of us really like to know in order to make decisions on what's our next knife purchase is going to be. So hit up Eionan's Edge. I'm going to put a link in my information part of the YouTube video here. So yes, hit that up and hit that link and go check out his channel and check out his vids on his knives, and give him a like and subscribe. Please subscribe. He's a great YouTuber. He deserves a little bit of spotlight, just like we all do, right? So go hit him up and check him out. Let's see where we are at in the darkening process. Good to do this outdoors. Good to do this on a surface that you don't mind. Oh, phone ringing. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, good to do this on a surface that you don't mind getting that stuff on, that you can get rid of, clean up, or whatever. But alright, so you see how dark that blade is? I'm going to rinse it off with the alcohol, and then I think we will be good. So it's important, because each steel reacts a little bit differently to this stuff, to not let it sit very long, because otherwise it will rust. It will rust. And if anything, If you feel like it's you see some exterior rusting going on, you can hit it with some fine sandpaper, or take some of the buffing compound to take a bit of that surface rusting off, and then of course oil it. All right. So I think we are good. I'm gonna get rid of the gloves, get rid of my chemical, get that out of the way so we don't have an accident there. No accidents. I hope y'all like that little fun explosions. You know, that's my humor trying to shine through there for you. But yeah, I don't think this stuff is explosive. I hope not. I've not had any troubles with it whatsoever. As long as you wear gloves and in a well ventilated area, I think you'd be alright. I'm not glowing or acting any strangely or any more strangely than I normally am, so I again don't think that there's much problems with that chemical, as long as you just safety is paramount. Alright, so I'm just coating the blade with some oil now that I rinsed it off with the alcohol. And isn't that nice? Oh, I love it already. I can't wait to get this thing put back together. I'm going to spare you the time of putting it back together, because I ain't nearly as fast as others. And I like to take my time and make sure I get it right and don't end up with any extra screws, extra pieces, right? And don't cut myself. So, I will be right back. And we are done. We are good to go. Would you look at that? Here, let me zoom in for you. Look at that. Look at that. That blade just looks fantastic, and you can see the brush marks on it from when they finished it. And that gray looks freaking fantastic. Oh, I love it. It turned out exactly how I wanted it to. It is unbelievable. Action is still great. So buttery smooth, and it's quiet. This is an awesome knife, especially after that job with the ferric acid. Alright, let's do a couple of size comparisons with a couple of others in my collection, some popular ones that are close in size. Here's your QSP Penguin. Yep, see how that stacks up right next to each other? Pretty much pivot to pivot. Very close in size, just maybe a hair more, just a itty bitty shiver bit more in length. Super close. Here's your Benchmade bug out with my swapped out micarta scales. So there you go. Again, a little bit bigger in blade length and handle length, but they're, you know, just not by too terribly much. So that's an idea of it being a little bit smaller than your bug out, and obviously it's nowhere near the length and size of your full-size Kaiser Begleiter. The big lighter. Can you read it? Can you read it? Yes. Come on, camera. Zoom. Focus. Yeah, my camera does not like focusing today at all. There we go. Aha! Kaiser Begleiter. And BD1 in. I forget which one that was an exclusive for, who it was for. But yeah, this thing is fantastic. First button lock experience for me, and I like it. We'll see how well it holds up to use. It's not a heavy user. It's actually very slicey. I did, after you do the ferric acid job, you do need to hone up the blade. I did it with a 1000 grit stone and then stropped it, and it is for sure hair shaven sharp. Yeah, for sure hair shaven sharp again now. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, check it out if you can get a hold of one. The grays are like gone. Hopefully they do another batch of them. Alright everybody, I had to pause the video and take my kids to a t-ball game and do some t-ball pitching, and so we're back and it's already nighttime, so before I eat dinner I wanted to finish this up. So yeah, hit the like, subscribe, check out some other videos, and hope you guys enjoyed seeing what Ferric Chloride does to these blades when you give it a nice little dippy dip, and boy does that blade look fantastic. Great matchup. I love that. I'm so happy with how that turned out, and yeah, great knife. Take it anywhere, do anything with it. Perfect for dressing up to a wedding, or dressing down to the ballpark, or taking it out to dinner, and just about anything. Great knife, great action. Kaiser did a fantastic job, and as always, yeah, check out the other vids on my channel. Hit the like again, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.